Hey friends, how are you? Hope you're well. Hope you had a lovely Christmas. Ours was really, really nice. It was like just so chilled, so relaxed. It was just mum and dad and I this year. One of our friends that was due to come, something happened that she decided, no, I'm not gonna make it. And then unfortunately, an elderly neighbour who was due to come had a stroke in October, and unfortunately she's not home yet. She's still in hospital, but she's doing well. She's making improvements, which is a really good thing. So, but unfortunately she was unable to come. So it was actually just mum, dad, and I. I think that was kind of the fourth time in my life that it's just been the four of us, or the three of us. That was nice. It was nice to do that. Christmas Eve we had everything prepped, and then after tea we just exchanged books and we read and listened to music, and it was just so chill. It was wonderful. And Christmas Day, got up, had breakfast, put the Christmas dinner on, and then we opened our stockings and just kind of read for a while, had our lunch, tidied up, more music on, read for a bit, opened some presents, had a wee break. We actually tried to stretch the presents out over the day, and then after a cuppa, we finished opening the rest of the presents, and then just had a snack tea. So it was, and just read for the night. It was lovely. It really was just so chilled. It was just so nice. And then it's been a quiet week. Yesterday we went down to Hoyk to see the friend that would have been coming up to see us for Christmas. So we went to see her, and it was lovely just to spend some time with her. Went out for lunch, a nice lunch, and then went back to her flat and opened the presents there, and it was really, really nice. So all in all, it's been a lovely festive season. Plans for Hogmanay tonight. Going to bed at my normal time. I am not a Hogmanay person at all. Never have been. Never will be. Yeah, fine. So I will just. I think there's probably going to be rugby on tonight. We may watch it. We may just do what we did last week and just read with music, which is really nice. And that'll be me seeing in 2022 or 2020, seeing out 2022 and seeing in 2023. So yes, so that's no big plans, which is fine. Reading wise, this week has been pretty good. So I actually finished on Christmas Eve, would you believe, 3 books. So I finished Angel's Rest by Emily March. It was so good. I really, really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 out of 5 because I really, really enjoyed that book. It's the start of a series. Yeah, I've started another series. Oh man, we'll deal with that at some point. But yeah, I do want to continue with it. But I think I may continue with it in audio form, which would be quite nice. But no, I really enjoyed the way that the whole story came together, and we got more backstory on Gabe, and things happened at Kavanagh House, etc. So no, I just really, really enjoyed it. There's one bit that I didn't enjoy. I didn't enjoy at one point the way Gabe reacted to a situation that he and Nicole were in, and I was like, not too happy about that. But he redeemed himself. Thankfully she didn't let him off the hook. She was like, no. So she stood her ground, which was really, really nice. So I was really chuffed with that. I then finished A Winter Cabin Christmas by Megan Squire, gave this 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed this. So we meet a family who have this like cabin holiday letting situation. I really can't think of what to call it. And it's not doing too well. And they decide that they're going to make a commercial, a sort of Christmas commercial showing the cabins, and they want Santa and Mrs. Claus. And Rachel's mum and dad are they do Santa and Mrs. Claus, and they used to do it at a children's ward, and I was like, that's great, but there's a backstory there. And Noah's family are the ones that run the cabin, and his brother, one of his brothers, is a bit flighty and will try and cut corners where he can, and various things happen, and that no, it isn't. Her name isn't Rachel. Her name's Holly, I think. No, it's Sam. Sorry, I do tell a lie. Sam. Her first name is Holly. That's right. She goes by her middle name is Samantha, and she is kind of like this talent spotter. And anyway, she goes with her mum and dad for this audition, and things happen that they end up staying there for a week, and she ends up helping Noah and his family with the commercial, and there's an attraction between her and Noah, and it's just really beautifully interwoven, and we learn more about Noah's grandfather and father, who used to do various things at Christmas with for the cabins and the people, living there, and it was just so nicely done. I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good read, and it was just filled with such nice spirit and everything. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. And then I read in one day, It's a Wonderful Christmas by Bryan Mooney. I gave this 5 stars. This was beautiful. The way that Bryan Mooney writes is just so nice. And so this story is of, trying to get right, Margot, and she is an investigative reporter for the New York Chronicle. And her boss sends her back to her hometown to investigate all these Secret Santa things that have been happening in her town over the year. And she wants to expose you as to who the Secret Santa is that's, spending all this money, blah, blah, blah. So Madison goes home, and, first place she asks her mum, and her mum's like, oh, I don't know anything about it, etc., etc. And then she meets up with her an old friend, Ben, who is the editor-in-chief of the Madison, daily newspaper. Now, he's been the one that's been kind of covering all these Secret Santa happenings. But he's not giving anything away. And she then interviews the people who have been the latest beneficiary of the Secret Santa, and nothing, she can't get very much out there, but she starts asking around, etc. And she it all comes out in the end, and I was like, please don't sort of spoil it when you actually write your article. But the more she gets involved with the story, the more she gets involved with her hometown, she begins to wonder, is New York really where she should be? And she's also dating her boss's son, and they're not really a good fit. And I'm kind of I was so, please get out of this. And Margot has to make decisions at the end of the book. But I just loved the way it was written. And you also got to hear the stories of the other beneficiaries that happened while she was there. And how they benefited, etc. And she also became involved in the town and the various things that were happening. She reconnected with her sister and her nieces. It was just really well written. I love Bryan Mooney's writing. I think this is about my second of his or my third, but I definitely want to read more because I really, really enjoyed them. It was really, really good. So I finished the 3 books on Christmas Eve. So I then picked up A Little Bit of Holiday Magic by Melissa McClone. This is the last book in the... Now, it is... Hold on till I just double check the meaning of the Mount Hood Mountain Rescue series. So this is the last one. And in this we meet Grace. Now, Grace is a young mum with a wee boy, a 3-year-old called Liam, or a 3.5-year-old called Liam. And she is driving through Mount Hood and her car breaks down. And in the distance, she sees a house that's got lights on, and she bundles her son up and she walks to the house. And this house belongs to Bill. And Bill is a confirmed bachelor, a bit of a playboy, but he very generously takes them in and gives them shelter, gives them warmth, etc. And the next day they deal with her truck, which it broke down and she crashed it, so it's not exactly in the best of shape. And they take it, he gets the local garage to come and get it, and they take it in and they're like, we're going to need the loss adjusters to come and see this. You're going to be here for a wee while. So Bill says, look, you can stay with me, no problems. And they do stay with him. And there is an attraction between Grace and Bill, but she's like, I'm only going to be here for, until my truck's fixed, and then I'm moving on. And he's like, I'm a confirmed bachelor, playboy, I'm not going to get involved. But they both get drawn to each other, and Liam draws Bill in even more. Liam is such a beautiful little character. He is full of fun, full of joy. He has such a loving heart. He is just so, so sweet. I really liked Grace as well, and I liked Bill. I liked the fact that there was this slight, he was like, there was the do we, don't we? And I liked his friend's reaction to Grace and Liam. His mum's reaction was hilarious. It was quite fun. She was very protective of her son. But it was a really nice Christmas read. And as I say, I've read the first one, I think, in this series, and this is the last. I need to get the ones in between, because I would like to have the whole series. Melissa McClone is becoming a fast favourite of mine. I really like the way she writes. And her Christmas books are just so nice. So read that one. And then I read Christmas at the Chateau by Rochelle Alers. This I really, really enjoyed. I gave this one... What did I give this one? Oh, I haven't written it down. Oh, right, okay. How bizarre. Never mind, I will write it down. But no, I really enjoyed this one. So we meet, I probably give it 4 out of 5. We meet Viola Williamson, who has decided, she's a very good chef, and she's decided that she's going to come in with her brothers in refurbishing Bainbridge House and making it into a hotel. And she's going to be the executive chef. She's been passed over 3 times for an executive chef position at the restaurant that she was headhunted to, and she's enough is enough. So she comes to look at the house, and she's sort of staying at her mum's condo because her mum's away on a cruise at the moment. And her brother is getting married, and they've decided to get married just before Christmas, but at the house. So various refurbishments have been done in the house to get it ready for guests arriving for the wedding. And she's like, well, you're going to have to refurbish that kitchen so that I can cook for you. And she's been shown around by Dom Shaw, who is the gardener and the handyman. But there is more to Dom than is seen. And he is a really nice man, really nice character. Love the fact that his family for generations back have been involved with Bainbridge House. So it's the story of their romance, but it's also the story of Viola trying to get, working out with her brothers, etc., what can be done, what she wants to happen to the house as part of the refurbishment, how she wants the kitchens to be, what her plans are, because she wants a vegetable garden, she wants this, various other bits and pieces that go along with it. I really liked this. I thought it was a really good sort of renovation come romance and family working together and, learning more about each other's ways of doing things. And I thoroughly enjoyed this one. So I'm sure there are more in this series. I'm going to have to investigate because I thoroughly enjoyed it. And, I just hope there are more. So I've done that one. Then I read, hold on till I get this gorgeous little book that I was given by a friend that I hadn't read before. It's When I Loved Myself Enough by Kim McMillan and Alison McMillan. Now, Kim wrote this, but unfortunately she passed away before it was published, so her daughter took on the book and to publish it. So also so one of the ones was, when I loved myself enough, I began to see I didn't have to chase after life. If I'm quiet and hold still, life comes to me. When I loved myself enough, I came to see I am not special, but I am unique. So little things like this, it's really beautifully written, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. You know, it's one of these ones that you just sit and just gently read it, and it was beautiful. So the next thing I'm just about finished it actually, I've got about one chapter to go, is A Small Town Christmas Challenge by Susanne Dietze, I think. I hope I'm not butchering your name. So we meet a nurse called Leah, and she works at this retired people's complex, and there are various sort of houses that house different levels of people who need care facilities. And she's very friendly with this lady Rowena, and Rowena has decided that she is going to give out her inheritance things before she actually passes away, so that she can see the recipients pardon me, enjoying their gifts. And Rowena asks to see Leah and her pastor Benson Hunt. Now, Leah doesn't go to Benson's church, but that doesn't matter. She goes to another church. But Rowena wants them to inherit her house. And in order to do it, they must host the gingerbread gala that has never been hosted there for years. So they agree, and this is the story of how they organise the gala, how they get their friends involved to come and help to decorate the house, and we also see that there's an attraction between Leah and Benson, but Leah's saying, look, I'm going to leave the town where they are, and her grandmother is in one of the care houses because she has dementia or Alzheimer's. And there are days when she knows who Leah is, there are days that she doesn't. And Leah's heard of this other facility elsewhere where her grandmother can go for walks outside. The facility that she's in at the moment don't have that. So she's going to move. So Leah's kind of always protected her heart. She's never trusted people very well because her father was a pastor. Something happened. People didn't exactly help out, and she lost her faith in humanity. She has some friends, but nobody really, really close. Benson also has some family issues with his father and his brother. Both have alcohol dependency issues, and neither of them are telling anybody that they've inherited this house, but somebody does let it slip, and not in a nice way. And things have sort of come to a head, and there's a man in Benson's church who is really not a nice guy, I have to say. And he's sort of saying, like, to Benson, like, their church hall there are various things that needed to be done to it. And he's like to Benson, you have to do this. But nobody else has helped him. I mean, poor Benson's been in it, as well as organising the gala, has been in the church hall, like, rebuilding, like, stairs up onto the stage. And he's, like, trying to paint the whole thing. But things happen that people have come to help. But the guy that is making him do all his work hasn't lifted a ruddy finger, and is really annoyed that Benson's has had people in to help him. I'm like, jeez, man. be grateful that the haul's been done, you know. So that has kind of irked me, I have to say. It's like, you know, so there are some not very nice undercurrents happening in the book, but hopefully it will all come to at the very, very end. So yeah, so I should finish this today. As I say, I've only got a chapter to read. And what am I going to start next? I don't know, to tell you the honest truth. I don't know whether to do another festive book or whether to start on something else. I will do a book haul for you. I am still waiting on one book. My parents, one book that they have ordered for me has not arrived, so hopefully it'll arrive within the next couple of days or so. And I'll be able to do a book haul of all the books I got at Christmas, because I got quite a lot, which was very, very nice. But as I say, I don't know what I'm going to read next, but whatever I do start today, once I finish the Christmas challenge one, I'm actually just going to count it to starting tomorrow. It's going to be my first read of 2023. So yeah, as you can see, I got my twinkle lights up. If you go over to my if you go over to my Instagram page, you will see I put a picture up of it. It looks really nice at night. It's just so welcoming and cozy. So yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at reading wise. Will be doing a wrap up of 2022 with kind of my stats and stuff, because I quite fancy doing that. It's not something I normally do, but I quite fancy doing that this year. But please let me know down in the comments how your Christmas was. I'd love to know. Did you get any books for Christmas? If you did, let me know, or if you want, you can wait till my haul video. What are your plans for New Year? But whatever you do, friends, I'd like to wish you a happy New Year. I hope 2023 brings you all that you wish for, and that we all have a really good 2023. But until my next video, friends, stay safe and happy reading. Bye.